Then I fell down, couldn't believe it until I stood up, 10 toes behind Jesus.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode on 10 Toes Behind Jesus podcast. My name is Britley, and in today's episode, I want to talk about how God will not let you fail, even when you want to. God still won't. And when I say even when you want to, obviously, no one wants to fail, but us wanting to give up, throw in the towel, maybe go a different direction, I consider that, in a sense, failure. So when I say fail, I know no one thinks, I want to fail, but you thinking that, you want to give up or you want to try something different or, miss out on what God has for you. And that's very realistic. For example, what made me think about this is the other night, actually, this was yesterday. Yeah, this was yesterday. Today's Thursday. Yesterday was Wednesday. At our church, we have 5 a.m. prayer 3 days a week. And Wednesday is the day that I go. I don't go every Wednesday. I want to say I've been going a lot this year. And last year I didn't go at all. And I want to say the first time I went was Prayer Revival Week. You guys heard me talk about this Prayer Revival Week that we have every year. This year was amazing. It was a couple weeks ago. But the year prior, I did 5 a.m. prayer that week. And I said, man, I can't just have this being a once a year thing. My goal is to incorporate more 5 a.m. prayers. And this year has this, that goal has been accomplished. I've been going to way more 5 a.m. prayers. But I said all that to say, yesterday I didn't want to go. I know I needed to go because prayer is always in order. We always need prayer. We need prayer for everything. So it wasn't a matter that I didn't think I needed it. I just did not want to wake up. I wanted to sleep in. And that's just where I was at. I wanted to sleep in. I didn't want to go to 5 a.m. prayer. So I said, God, if you want me to go, so I didn't set an alarm or anything. I said, God, if you want me to go, wake me up. Now, in a sense, or in a way, I guess I was kind of being smart because I hate waking up early. And when I'm asleep, I'm asleep. So, there's a wasp. Okay. When I'm asleep, I'm asleep. So, I knew I wasn't going to wake up. Like, unless God just wanted me to wake up. So, I said that prayer, and let me tell y'all something. I tossed and turned all night. And it wasn't until one time I said, you know what? I literally told God if he wanted me to go to 5 a.m. prayer to wake me up. So I'm like, let me see what time it is. Even then, I'm already knowing God wants me to go to prayer. But even then, I'm like, hopefully it's past 5 a.m. Hopefully it's like 5:45. So I missed it. Or hopefully it's way earlier so I actually can go back to sleep. And it's crazy because this is such a terrible mindset, because now that I kind of have a sense that God wants me to do something, I'm still trying to cater to my flesh of not wanting to get up, wanting to sleep in, wanting to enjoy a full night's of rest. And by the way, the only reason why I consider 5 a.m. such a struggle and because I do not like waking up. It's not easy. I don't like, because I know some people are morning people. They're up, ready to go. It's not a big deal. But for me, it's like the worst thing in the world for me. So anyway, I'm like, man, I look at my phone. Y'all, it is 4 a.m. And I'm like, this is the exact time. My first alarm would go off. I would set another one 4:15, but I'll be needing to leave the house by 4:30. So I'm like, wow, God, you really want me to go to prayer. So I go to prayer, and it wasn't until last night I thought about how God will not let you fail. Here it is. I set a goal to go to more 5 a.m. prayers. Granted, I've gone to a lot this year, but it's some things that God sees and knows that we don't. I don't know why God wanted me to go to 5 a.m. prayers today. I don't know, but it will come to pass, and I will look back and I will say it was that 5 a.m. prayer that I needed, even though I didn't want. I needed it, and God wouldn't let me disqualify myself from that opportunity. God wouldn't let me miss out on that chance, even when I wanted to. Like, from start to finish, I wanted to. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to go, and I'm being very honest and transparent because I got a message yesterday saying, your obedience is like so good, and all this stuff, and it's just outside stuff looking in. And it's like, man, a lot of this stuff I just don't want to do. That's just the truth of it. I don't want to do it. Sometimes I don't see a reason in doing it. I don't see it being useful, it being helpful, but God just won't allow me to not do it. God won't allow me to give up. God won't allow me to go in a different direction. He won't allow me to do these things. And as simply put, God won't let me fail. God won't let you fail. And so while it doesn't make sense to us, we can't see it. It's some things God knows. I want to say God sees. Yes, God sees, but He also knows. The world is in His hands. He can change anything. Like, God can do anything. So I just, hopefully that encourages someone, because when I thought about it, it really encouraged me. And even all this year, there goes that wasp again. Yo, this wasp is like the number one hater of the podcast right now. But anyway, all this year, and I'll be honest, sometimes we'll do these sacrifices. Some of them are out of obedience. God's telling you to fast tomorrow. Some of it's out of obedience, and some of it is, I haven't fasted in a while, let me just fast. Or I usually fast this day. It's out of routine. But we do things, and we know God is going to bless us for it. We know God, we know. But in the knowing, we think that God will bless us how we want to be blessed, right? We will I don't know why I'm thinking of cars, but we'll wash our someone's car over and over and over in hopes of, me washing this car, me taking care of this car. Even it's not mine, it's someone else's, but me putting all this work in. God's going to bless me with a car in return. That's how we're thinking. God's going to bless me with a car in return. When God may just bless you with a job that, if you work hard in this job, in a few years, that job is going to give you a car. So you get the job and you're like, what? I didn't ask for this job. I asked for a car. And so we look at that as, man, God didn't bless me. But yeah, God did. He just didn't bless you the way you thought you were going to be blessed. Or He didn't give you what you thought you deserved or thought you needed, when really we don't deserve anything. Like, anyway, I'm not gonna go down that. But yeah, so all this year, been going to these prayers, 5 a.m. prayers, and I see how God is blessing me, and it's in a way that is worth more than anything I could say I want, because it's in ways that I need, and I don't know I need it until God reveals it to me. Just having a deeper understanding of who God is, that is the biggest blessing you could ever receive. And while I'm the only one that knows it. I mean, I'm telling you guys, but outside looking in, no one, you can't really see that. And so, if you're not careful, you can have the opinions of others kind of cause you to believe that you're not getting blessed or you're not, you know, things like that. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys and maybe encourage someone that the sacrifices you're doing, you're not going to always receive the way you think you will receive. But don't let that trick you into thinking God does not see you, God does not, does not hear you. Like, don't let that trick you. Yeah. I think that's all for today. For today's podcast. Yeah, underline though, God will not let you fail. And knowing God won't let you fail, have confidence in where He has you. Like, have full confidence in where God has you. Because God has you there for a reason. And you know with God, you cannot fail. There is no failure. So it's no point in, having our heads down, always going through. Every time somebody talk to you, it's like, ugh, I'm trying. It's hard. It's this. Like, nah, God has me here for a reason. I trust it. So I'm a be in this now the best that I can. Where He has me right now, I'm going to do this the best that I can with the best attitude possible. Yeah, that's all. But yes, that's all for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check out 10toesbehindjesus.com for some merch. We got some new fall stuff dropping. And don't forget to stay 10 toes behind Jesus because He's 10 toes behind you. See y'all in the next video.
Then I fell down, couldn't believe it until I stood up 10 toes behind Jesus.